People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane.
Leia refuses to wear her boots. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is known in the industry as filler. Well, perhaps filler is not the right word. However, this episode was definitely unplanned. It's roughly 13 degrees Fahrenheit here, folks. The hive collapsed by the snow. Got that fixed. All of our drinking water has built-in water heaters on it to keep it from freezing. However, the rest of the water, not so much. So our entire darkroom water supply is frozen solid, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle as far as the next episode goes, because the next episode was going to be the Mount Carmel Monastery / nunnery episode. And I needed to selenium tone the prints that I had made and develop a color film that I also shot there with the Hasselblad. However, I can't do that. So here we are. So I've loaded up old Holga here with some Ilford FP4 125. Of course, that's a 125 ISO film. And this is possibly the worst conditions to be shooting in at the moment. However, it came to me that I wanted to try this 21 orange filter on the Holga here. That filter has a compensation of about 2 1/3 stop. So I metered off the brightest parts of the highlights here. That was putting us, even at ISO 125, around 1,000th of a second. 1,000th, I think maybe 1,500th of a second. However, with the filter factor, put us down about 1/90th of a second. And you may or may not know, but the Holga here shoots an automatic shutter speed of around 100th of a second. So that 1/90th gonna really put us in the ballpark. Now a little later I may shoot a roll of HP5 400 Plus, because why not? I'm gonna stick the GoPro right on top of old Holga here, as we've done in the past. Give you a first person accompaniment on shooting 6x12 panoramic out here in the snow. Not precisely certain what we're gonna shoot, but we'll probably find something interesting. Hold before our feet freeze. So as we are out and about here, gonna be looking for a lot of shapes, a lot of shadows. Again, we're gonna be essentially exposing for the highlights, which is kind of off the board in terms of a lot of black and white film photography. However, that's going to throw us into a lot of stark contrast, a lot of shadows, and maybe some Lynchian surrealism. Who knows?
Yes.
Hello, lady.